Hey guys, I was trying to get some stuff ready while this was playing here, so I got behind on the comments a little bit. Welcome everybody to another Laser Distractions. I'm going to try to run a official project um, tonight. I hope I don't screw it up. But a friend of mine brought me this. I guess I should ask for a sound check first. But he brought me this cutting board thing somebody glued up, and this is a project for somebody else. But anyway, he wants me to do some engraving on this, so um, I'm going to try it and see how it goes. And this board has actually it's got a few bad spots. I noticed when I was setting it down a while ago, it kind of rocked, so who knows how this is going to turn out. But what the heck, we'll try it. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's see, sound is good. Okay, appreciate that. First thing I'm going to do is come over here and I'm going to try to cut some cardboard. And that's what I was doing while that intro was playing, is I was trying to get a piece of cardboard here fit, cut. And I'm going to try to get this all held down here so that hopefully it won't move. And then I'm going to try to cut roughly the size of the cutting board, and then see if I can set it down in there to, I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll give it a shot. What the heck. So let me come over here to, let's see, I don't think I need this YouTube anymore. Got Lightburn open. Let me share my screen here. Okay, this is what he wants. This is this red line here is approximately the size of the cutting board, and then he wants this. Ah, nuts. He wants this engraved on it. So I've ran a test on a couple of just pieces of plywood and stuff, and I'm going to start out with 250 speed and 25% power, and we'll just see how it goes. That's why I want to get a fixture, because I don't want to move anything. I want to leave it lay there until I text him a picture and have him tell me whether it looks okay or not. Because if it's not dark enough, I can always, if I haven't moved it, I can always just go again on it. So anyway, let me see if I can get this cut out here. I am going to duplicate this. Bring this over here. And let's see. We're going to make that blue. I'm trying to remember what I run cardboard at. I should have already looked that up. I don't remember what it is, but well, let me just take a quick peek here and see if I can see what I've run in the past here. Bear with me a second while I check that. I know it doesn't take much power, but I can't remember what speed I cut it at. Let's see here. Of course, I don't come out here often enough to remember where I put stuff, so that's another issue too. Every time I go to do something, I can't remember what I did the last time. Let's see. Yeah, I will find it here in just a minute. I know when I made those ornaments, I cut a bunch of cardboard. So let's see. No, I don't see them in there. Well, how about I just do a search? Maybe that will work. Okay, let's see. If I look at this. I don't know if you could hear that or not. There, I just heard some kid screaming. I hope that's somebody over there at the ball field or something, because if not, there's something going on outside. Let's see here. Where did that go? Let's try that. Okay, this says I ran the cardboard. Well, let's see which one it is. 40 and 25. Does that sound right? That might be right. I don't know. There, I just closed light burn out. Okay, so let's turn. Oh, I guess I wiped out the screen share too, didn't I? Sorry about that. I'll bring this back up. And I will turn all that off right there. And then we'll move this one over. Yeah, I think that's some kids over across the, what did I say it was, 40 and 25? We'll try that. It don't matter. We get it cut one way or another. All right, let me get the chiller turned on. I got to tell you guys, it may look, holy cow, I got something all over me here. It may look like I got a lot of room behind me, but I've got that dolly with my square drop thing, my floor base, whatever you want to call it, right there. And it's every time I turn around, I'm going out around back to the shop to bring a tool around here that I need. So it's starting to get really crowded in here for these live streams. All right, I'm going to try that. Let's get this turned on. We're going to do something, even if it's wrong here. And that stupid thing there. That ought to be close enough for government work here. So now let's see if we can frame this. Hope it don't hit the camera there. Tell you what, I think I am going to come back to here. And make this just a little bit wider. Okay, so yeah, give me a little more room because I'll just tuck it in the corner. All right, that should work. Now let me pull it up here and set the focus. It looks like I got it raised way up there for something. All right. See how that red dot got off again just that quick? That thing will not stay tight for nothing. But I think, just eyeballing the lens, I think I got it close enough. All right, I got the fan on. Let's turn the pew pew machine on and see what happens. Let's see here. Jerry says, successful test, 3D printed round wall hanger for laser projects, hot diggity. Roger asked, have you used the pass-through feature? Was wondering how that worked. Well, I kind of sort of have, because you can see this piece of cardboard. I've already cut it down roughly to the size, because you can see the pencil marks. That's basically the size of the cutting board. But I have a whole bunch of cardboard that's 40 by 48 inches. And if I turn it with the 40 inches, I can slide it in and just kind of hang it out the front through that little gap in the front. And I have used it that way, but I haven't really done a project with that. All right, I think we're good. Let's see what the heck happens here. Let's see, this is going to take about 39 seconds. Sounds about right. So let's hit it and see what happens. Looks like it's cutting through okay. All right, now what I want to do is carefully if I can get a hold of it. Okay. So now, if I turn, let's see, let's turn this one back on. Now, I've got to be careful what I'm doing here. Let me highlight that. Highlight that. And let's see if I can center this up. Okay. I think okay, that should work because I made that a little wide, but I'm going to shove it over to the left side. And I think that will, I think that'll do it. We will see. Okay, now I'm going to have to lower this silly bed here. Okay, so I've got this thing all the way to the left side and pushed back to the top. So, looks like I'm clear there. Let's reset the focus. And then send it back to the origin. And now let's do a frame and see if it looks like and of course, it doesn't look like it's centered, but the red dot is way freaking off. That's just ridiculous. I'm just going to hit it frame again and then just look at where the nozzle is and not pay attention to the red dot. Test it one more time. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. we're going to give it, oh, it just moved again, I think. No, maybe not. It's because it's off the material. We are going to give it the old college try here and see what happens. And then I'll chat with you while this is running. It's going to take about 32 minutes, I think. And I'm going to try 250 and 25 to start. And we will see. Let's check it out. Make sure I've got it going. Here, I'll let y'all see the preview. Yep, it's going to go back and forth on the X. And it says it's going to take about, well, 33 minutes even, looks like. All right, so that's what I want. Let's come back over here and hit it and see what the heck happens. All right, while that's running, I'll check out the comments here. Let's see. Ryan says that looks like a good sized cutting board. Yeah, I measured it and it is approximately 19 inches by 11 and 9/16, give or take. So it is a big one. Dave Krause is in the house. How you doing, Dave? Ryan says, have I made any more progress on the trailer? Yeah, I worked on it today. Got the one thing I had to do, and when you see the video come out, you'll see when I went to pick up the material at Home Depot, you know, the Home Depot people pick the order. So I had some 1/4 inch material, some 3/4 inch material, and 1/2 inch material. Well, I wanted to use the 1/2 inch material on the floor, and of course, the way they picked it and it was loaded into the truck, that was what was on the bottom. So, and you guys probably know I'm using my truck with its tonneau cover as a place to store my lumber. So the tonneau cover keeps everything nice and dry, and I don't have to worry about anything getting wet. So I just leave it in there and pull it out as I need it. But all right, this might not look too bad. Let's see. Well, yeah, I made a little progress. The main thing I did today was dig all the material out and then put it back in the truck, you know, based on the way I'm going to be using it. The 1/4 inch material I'll be using towards, you know, well after the 3/4. And of course, I left the 2 pieces of 1/2 inch material out, and that's what I put on the floor. So hopefully going to get a video edited. I didn't get a chance to really shoot a lot of video, but I took a lot of pictures. That my neighbors, my millennial neighbors next door, decided they were going to play lumberjack and cut down a tree. So they had a chainsaw going all the time. And of course, you know, those guys work 2nd or 3rd shift or something like that. So they're always home in the daytime making racket. So I didn't really get to shoot a lot of video. But I do take still photos, and then I'll just narrate over that, I guess. And this whole build series, I'm not really doing it to you know, it's not going to be called how to build a square drop camper. It's just it's definitely not a how to. It's just I'm building one and I'll show what I'm doing and stuff like that, but it won't really be something that a step-by-step guide for somebody to follow. Although I will most likely offer the plans once I get them all done. I mean, I've got the 3D model mostly done and stuff, but every time I watch a YouTube video and see somebody's idea, I go, yeah, that's something I want to incorporate into my build. So things keep changing. So I don't know how good that's going to look or not. I tried to tell my friend that since this is a cutting board and it's comprised of a bunch of different boards, you know, glued up, so you may not get a good uniform burn across all there. But I will, once it finishes, I'll raise the hood, take a picture, and text it to him. And if he says it's dark enough, then I'll pull it out. Roger says, how thick of a piece can you put in the laser? Probably a pretty thick piece if you wanted to, because you can see that piece is probably, I didn't measure the thickness, but I'm going to estimate that it's about 1.25 inches thick. And, you know, all you have to do is lower the bed and the bed will go down quite a ways, because it goes down, I don't know, I want to say like 6 or 8 inches or something like that, because you can put a rotary in this thing too. And you need a lot of clearance to put one of those in. So yeah, it's not looking too bad. I'm trying to, yeah, it's not looking too bad. I see Alan's here. I missed him. I didn't see him up there. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Allen. Ryan says looking good so far. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. I have to tell you, you know, he sent me the picture, and of course, you know, it was like a JPEG or something, so it's not the best quality picture. And I tried to clean it up the best I could, but there wasn't a whole lot to work with. So I did, you know, he came by here the other day when he dropped off the board, and I did show him the samples that I've ran, and he seemed okay with it. So I said, all right, well, we'll scale it out. And he said he wanted that right in the middle of this cutting board, as big as I could get it. So I've got it where you can see there's about 1/2 inch on each side. So it's not looking too bad. Let's see how long we've been running here. It was 33 minutes and it's been running about 8.5. So still got a ways to go. Jerry says, oh, I love customers that want to send me some bad graphics. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Jerry. As you well know, I've mentioned all the time that I don't want a job. So this guy is a friend of mine. I did some CNC work for him probably a month or so ago. And actually it was a cutting board. He wanted something engraved in that. This time he wanted one lasered. And I told him, I said, well, you bring it and I'll do it. And, you know, he works for a company called Great Dane Trailers. You know, he's a welder. I've worked with him before at the fab shop here in McDonough. And so I told him, I said, you know, I said, I'll do it. And, you know, I'm not going to charge anything. You know, that way, if I mess up, you can't be mad if I'm not, you know, if it's free. So, but he's going to help me out with some. In fact, he already has done some welding. I've got a beefier axle, a Dexter axle that I'm going to put on that trailer, and I needed some perches welded on the opposite side, because the way the trailer's made, it's the thing sets on top of the leaf spring, and I want it to set underneath the leaf spring like the stock axle. So, and not only that, the center to center on the perches didn't quite match up. So I went to Tractor Supply the other day and got some new perches, and he stopped by and picked up the axle, took it home, and he actually sent me a picture where he's already got those welded on. But he's going to do some other work too. He's going to kind of man, it McAfee just wearing me out. My McAfee subscription expires June the 1st. And for the last 3 months, it's like several times a day, they bug the hell out of me, worrying about me renewing. There's no need to renew until it gets close to June 1st. And now that it's, you know, what's the day? The 24th. It is getting fairly close, but that thing pops up all the time. I'm like, leave me the hell alone. I know when it's going to expire. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. And you know, I know what the original image looks like. So it's looking pretty good considering that. So. Jerry says, but I get lately as a screenshot off the phone from their cruising Etsy. Yeah. I had, I don't know if y'all saw it the other day. I posted on Facebook pictures of all three of the Memorial Day projects that I did, you know, just Steve Good scroll saw projects. And of course, some gal up from back home up in Indiana, she said she wanted to know how much I charged to make one. And again, I just said, hey, just send me a private message and tell me your address. I'll send it to you, because I don't need this stuff. And like I said, I don't want no job. So I think what I'll do is that's not looking too bad. I think what I'm going to do when that finishes, I'm not even going to move it. I'll leave it just right where it's at. I'll take a picture of it, text it to him, and even if he says it's okay, I'll probably still leave it sit there for a day or two, because I don't have anything that I have to run on the laser. believe it or not, guys, I'm actually going to fire up my big CNC probably tomorrow. I got some template things I need to run for my square drop sidewalls, a door template, and a window template. So I'm going to use some of that scrap sheathing plywood and put a good sharp jenny bit in there and fire up the big boy. First, I got to get all the crap moved off the top of it. Got that little Jinmitsu 440 Pro sitting over there with the rotary thing. I just had a video out on that this morning. Let's see. Jerry says, I have how many computers? About 8 terabyte of drives and have not used virus protection since the early 2000s. Okay. Well, I have a subscription with McAfee, and I have, let's see, three or four computers protected with that same thing. I've got this one out here, my office one, that laptop that's sitting over there on the Avid. And I got another laptop that I use with my, well, I say I use it. Hell, I haven't fired that thing up in I don't know how long, but on my vinyl cutter. It's an old, I think it's an old Dell, something that I got from Chipser. And I think I might have that McAfee on there. I'm not sure. Although it's probably way past updates and stuff because I never turned that one on. Jerry says it adds up fast. All the 3D printed stuff alone is at about 5 of the 27-gallon tubs. R2D2 is a lot of parts, yeah. Brian says when you put some cutting board oil on it, it will darken it a bit, I would think. Yeah, I think it will too. I think it will. Jeff's asking Jerry if piece number 7 is still AWOL. Might be. All right, we're at about 1650 on the time, so we still got a ways to go. Wow, mine just buffered for a second. I don't know if y'all saw it, but that damn McAfee thing popped up again. Jerry says, I redid piece number 7. Since then, I have printed most of the RX-24 Captain Droid from Star Tours. I was going to start putting R2 together, but we have a show on Monday and it's been crazy. I hope somebody in the chat knows what the hell you're talking about, because all that stuff, you might as well be talking Chinese when you talk about that Star Wars stuff. I don't have a clue about any of it. Yeah, I see part of the problem looks like, well, I don't know if it's going to be a problem, but you can definitely see the streaks in it, and what it is, it's where parts of the wood are getting dark, but then the other parts where the grain is not getting so dark. So I think you can probably tell from the camera. I think it'll pick it up and notice that too. It's all Greek today. Yeah, I am not a everybody. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of folks that do the 3D printing and stuff, they're all into the Star Wars and the Star Trek and the Mandalorian and all this stuff. And I couldn't tell you anything about any of that stuff. I've never watched nothing, none of that stuff. And I don't have a clue. Jerry said he's talking geek. Yeah. Yep. You sure are. I think that's going to look pretty good. In case anybody wants to know, as I look at my milliamp gauge over here on the left side of the laser, the highest number I see is 6 milliamp. And that would be about right for 25% power. All right, got just about 10 or 11 minutes left, which should run us out just about right, or we're at 48 minutes in on this live stream. Wonder if that newfangled machine that Cody's got will be able to make, I mean, I suppose it would, but I'm holding in my hand a flush trim router bit that's got the bearing on the end of it. And I meant to look in my shop. I think I got one, but I need to find one that's got a bearing on the other end. I did a good job with my little let's see, what one did I use? My little DeWalt 611. I had the a 1/4 inch flush trim bit, and what I did is when I cut this this 1/2 inch plywood to use for the top of my floor, I purposely cut it a little long so that it would hang over each side. And well, one side is a factory edge, so I was managed to get that squared up, and then I just used the flush trim bit to clean it up. I don't trust my circular saw even when I'm using a guide. I was using that probably a month or so ago, and I set it on top of my trash can, and then I stepped on the electrical cord, and it made the saw fall off. And since it was plugged in, I didn't dare try to grab it. I just watched it like in slow motion as it hit right on the corner of the aluminum plate. And so that saw now does not cut with the blade at 90 degrees to the plate of it. So it's better. It was way off, and then I hammered on it and bent on it, and pushed on it, and all that stuff, and I got it close, but it's still not perfect. But it still runs good. It's got a great blade. I got one of those blades just for cutting plywood, so it does a really good job cutting. But I just don't trust it, so now I just cut everything along and come back and use a flush trim bit to. Okay, Sean says guilty as charged. Yeah, he's another one of them geek guys. See, Roger is too. Pit droid. See, I don't even know what that is. I know what an Android is. That's a cell phone, isn't it? Tim asks, how deep does that burn? If he does use it as a cutting board, won't that screw up the burn? I would think that when you have something like this engraved on a cutting board, it's going to be one of those that you don't really use. Or you flip it over and use the other side. I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care. It's not mine. They can do with it whatever they want. But Jerry says, okay, Dave, I'm going to be printing a life-size Yoda. You have to know that one. Well, I know what a Yoda is kind of because I've seen memes and stuff on Facebook, but I couldn't tell you what movie series or whatever that's from. I don't know whether it's Star Trek, Star Wars, Mandalorian, whatever. Little Mermaid. I couldn't tell you. All righty, let's see, 26:40, and it was 33 minutes, so still got a little ways to go. Yeah, looks like we got a bunch of geeks in here in the chat, or else I'm just way out of touch. I don't know. I'm just I geek out on a lot of things, but those movie characters and stuff are not one of them. I think that's going to look pretty good. Like I said, I'm going to be real careful when I feel of it, not move it. I'm just going to take a picture, text it to him, and see what he says. I think from my camera view, it looks like that camera is doing a pretty good job of course, I'm looking at StreamYard, but I don't see that little air, so it looks like it's not getting goofy over there on YouTube. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Jerry. I think this is. I think this one's just kind of going to be to display. And probably a gift for somebody's mom or something. I don't know. Yeah, haven't watched any of them or Harry Potter. Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about Harry Potter. Except that woman that wrote it, that J.K. Rowling or whatever, she gets in trouble for saying stuff about gender and stuff like that. So I just don't have time for all that make believe stuff. Reality's tough enough. I don't have time to try to understand all that make believe stuff. Jerry says the light burned up. That yeah, every time for the last I don't know, maybe a week or so, I keep Lightburn keeps telling me every time I open it that there's a new version, and I haven't bothered getting it yet. I'm still on 13.01, and I think 14 something is out now. Yeah. Well, that to me that would be what they should do, if because anybody that's used a cutting board before knows that even just a plain old cutting board is going to get jacked up when you're chopping stuff with knives and all that on it. I got to tell y'all, let's see. Well, now we got about 3 minutes left. I am a long, long way from completing this star drop. See, you got me saying star now. Square drop camper. But I couldn't resist. I had to go down to my local Ace Hardware store and buy me a Blackstone griddle. But the main reason I wanted it is because, for one, I can use it to cook some of that steak stuff I got from goodranchers.com. Hashtag not sponsored. But I've been eating a lot of that stuff, some flat iron steaks and chicken breasts and all that. I'm kind of trying to eat better stuff instead of fast food crap. But the main reason I wanted it is because I want to incorporate it into a pull-out shelf in the square drop. So I needed one, or at least that's my excuse that I'm telling myself. I needed one to have in my hand so that I can, get the right dimensions and get everything to fit right. But I figure until I get to where I'm ready to put that in, I might as well season that griddle up and cook some of this stuff on it. Reality is stronger than fiction. Yeah. Yeah, reality's pretty jacked up right now too. I am just a what? A muggle. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to Google that. All right. Jerry says his internet has dropped 4 times. Might be an issue upstream. Well, how has the camera view? Because I'm doing full screen on that that little FoPro. I hope it's been doing okay for everybody. Let me know if it hadn't. All right, and she's done. Let me that's not bad. I'm gonna take a picture and text it to him. And we will get ready to wind this one up. It's right 1 hour exactly. Let's see. I think he'll be happy with that. I don't know. We'll text it to him and see what he says. I'm the world's slowest texter. A little one finger thing. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, that is probably gonna do it. Like I said, I'm not going to change the origin or anything. I'll leave it just like it is until I get a yay or a nay from him. I think that's I really think that's probably going to be about as good as you can get, because I don't know that making some parts of it darker is going to be any better or not. So, anywho, Roger said it looks good. So, all right. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to get out of here. You guys know the drill. And I might mention too, some projects that'll be coming up during these laser distraction things is I will be making some things for the square drop camper build. So I'll probably just go ahead and do some of it during one of these live streams here. So anyway, we will get ready to get out of here. You guys know the drill. If anybody that wants to come hang out, I'm probably not going to be out here long, maybe about 30 minutes or so. But if you want to come hang out, ask me any other questions or something, just send me a Facebook message. I'll get that opened up, and we'll get ready to get out of here. But thanks again, guys, for being channel members. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate that support, because it really means a lot to me to get a little bit each month to buy some wood and do some different little things with. So anyway, I really appreciate it. Appreciate you watching my videos and all that stuff. So anyway, let's see if I can get out of here and hit the right thing here. All right, so I'll open up Facebook if you want to hang out. You know where to find me. And until then, I'll see you next Wednesday. Everybody have a good one.